Hey everybody, welcome to the Making Megavisions podcast, episode dos, right? Episode 2. So what is this? This is a layout for a game idea, or game layout idea I've had for a number of years called Neo Retro. And that's where we take a modern game and then it's kind of a review, but we also show a game that came before it, a retro game that may have influenced its mechanics, historically speaking. In this case, we'll reference maybe like an old school Sega game. So the game for this issue will be The Takeover, which is a modern brawler, Punj Punj. And the retro game that we'll be looking at is Streets of Rage for the Master System, which, I'll be honest, folks, I didn't even know there was a Streets of Rage for the Master System. So, shows you that I don't know everything. But what I do know is how to make a game magazine layout. Now, this is my basic template. So these right here will fit game screens. None of these colors will be final. These are just basic colors that I'm using to get a feel for where things are going to be placed at. But I wanted the first layout, it's going to be 6 pages. I wanted the first layout to have a slick, clean, modern, big screens, very easy to read layout. And then the next 2 pages will have this more retro style layout based off older layouts from Game Fan magazine back in the day and magazines from the 90s where you have rotated screens and screenshot borders. This particular type of layout, by the way, if you're wondering who did this nifty artwork that you see here and here, this artwork is Luis Martin. Luis Martin, sorry, I don't have the text up there. But Luis Martin on Twitter, pretty awesome guy. And so this layout here is based off this, which is a layout, I did all this art, for a project I'm working on called Game Cave, and they had these super retro style layouts. So I was able to take this idea for Game Cave, which is a fictional game magazine set in an alternate universe. I was able to use this, actually make it a reality with Megavisions. So I've continued this through. So there'll be this the takeover, and then we'll go into Streets of Rage, and then the last 2 pages, 5 and 6, will be a mashup of the clean layout with the retro style layout. Now I've taken these layouts and I've flipped them to give a little bit of contrast, and I've taken these screens and flipped them. And then we'll have a final review score for the Neo and retro game that you see here. Now, once I get this done and made up, and I got all these layers you see here worked out, it's just pretty nuts. When I get this worked out, I put these PSDs into InDesign, which you see here. Now we are in InDesign. So these are PSDs that are linked in. And so as I update them in Photoshop, they update in InDesign. And this allows me to keep all the crazy retro textures and painting and stuff that I like to do. That is not typical of most graphic design. Most magazines are done completely in InDesign because they like to get things done on time. I'm not so smart. I like to make things look super awesome, and it can only be done in Photoshop. So you can see here I've already linked in. This is placeholder text. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see. This is placeholder text. You know that because it says this is placeholder text. Look at that. And so I'm going to come here and attempt to zoom out. Can I zoom out with one hand? I don't know if I can. Don't think I can, folks. Don't think I can. Check this out. I'm going to go ahead and just set this down really quickly. And zoom. Oh, hold on. I'm zooming back out right now, folks, so you guys can see this whole layout. Okay. Oh, I'm back. So, sorry, folks. I did this on my phone. We're doing it live. And let me come down here. And again, I work all the text out, and I got the scores and all the stuff dropped in. Now, what do I do next? What I do next is I have to take these screenshots that our editors have captured here. This is a Streets of Rage screenshot that you see here. And so they got a bunch of these. And you can see this is from Streets of Rage. Let me focus here, see if I can focus. And look at that, see? All I got to drop these screenshots into my Photoshop documents. And there's a ton of them to do here, and there's also a bunch we got for the takeover. So I'll go here, and you can see, oh my goodness, look at that. Big difference in resolution, right? So that's what's going to happen next. I put on techno music and I drink wine. That's what that is over there. That's my wine. That's my glass of wine right there. And I just try to move as fast as sketchcraft possible. So that's it, folks. That is Making Megavisions episode Dos 2. I will see you all again next week when this will all be complete and we'll have a bunch more stuff to share with you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace.